came out of the film at a really good time. Take a break from go to a film. You got to find at least one really good examples of. I think definitely in the movie theater, Grand Sunshine Cinema in Ikebukuro, Tokyo. Kind of suggest that to other writers to realize that I might have forgotten to check out the two films I'd recommend after watching Bullet Train. Yeah, look at that. My goodness, definitely came out of the film at a really good time. And just look at those clouds. Ooh, Lord, I gotta take a break from talking about the film just to look at these clouds. Holy cow, that is definitely beautiful clouds. My goodness, look at that. Beautiful. But yeah, do not go into this film thinking that it's representative of Japan or Japanese people. Definitely not. But Hiroyuki Sanada is the man. I mean, definitely whenever you go to a film, you got to find at least one thing that you went to the movie for. Something you can trust. Something that you know, there's going to be at least a bit of shining hope to the film. And Hiroyuki Sanada never disappoints. I mean, he is the man. Yeah, definitely I'd recommend seeing this film just for his part in the whole story. Yeah, Hiroyuki Sanada, again, fantastic. Yeah, so Brad Pitt's new film, Bullet Train. It just reminded me of two films that I think are really good examples of the things that it was trying to do. I mean, the comedy bits in the film, and then the this whole two friends who are hired assassins, and they're kind of also the quote unquote comedic relief throughout the story. But also, I mean, this film Bullet Train and the film I'm going to recommend both do a good job at showing just how actually lethal and scary they can be, as well as comedic. But there's a Rutger Hauer film, rest in peace, Rutger Hauer. Blind Fury, was it late 80s film? Kind of Hollywood's attempt at doing the great Japanese film series Zatoichi, the blind swordsman. But yeah, Rutger Hauer plays a Vietnam vet who's blinded during the war while saving one of his fellow soldiers. But yeah, in that film they do have also the two brother assassins who serve as comedic breaks, but also really instigate kind of like the action, a lot of the action as well. But I think Blind Fury, they're funnier. But to go back to the two things I think that I would have done a little bit differently than what they did in the film. So spoiler alert, this is going to go totally into spoiler territory. So if you don't want to hear what happens in the film, then just wait to listen to the rest of this video after you've seen the movie. But yeah, there's a scene where one of the hired assassins, the two brothers, dies, and we can see this kind of this loss. The other brother is just devastated by his other friend dying. And it's a really great scene. I mean, and they play it off really well at the beginning. I mean, you can really see finally that they're just not kind of jokers, but they're actually like their relationship's really deep. And I was really, I mean, I thought, yeah, this is the kind of scene that you got to put in. And then, what do? They play this kind of. They play this kind of goofy soundtrack in the background, but it does have meaning. So I mean, it's not all that bad. But they gotta be patient with that and just kind of let it be quiet, so we can really let that the depth unsurface, so to speak. Definitely, it's something that Disney does all the time. Marvel films do all the time. I think it's rubbing off on other directors, and I wish they would stop that. I mean, they gotta be a little bit patient with trying to be cool, so to speak. But it's definitely one thing I would have done differently. Give some time for that scene to breathe, and just let it be quiet. Let it be quiet for a bit. Yeah, overall, good film. I think definitely in the movie theater, you'll have a better effect than just watching on a kind of like TV screen or a tablet or smartphone. Not the best application of IMAX dimensions. Not like the film Nope, but like that was really used the IMAX dimensions really well. So I think you can probably skip Bullet Train and IMAX and just watch it in a normal theater actually. Maybe 4DX, but yeah, not a bad film though. Okay, so let's see if I can finish this review. Hopefully by the time I reach the street level. Grand Sunshine Cinema in Ikebukuro, Tokyo. So the one other thing that I would have kind of liked they would have done, because they finally go into like really deep philosophical territory in the film, and grizzled veterans like Hiroyuki Sanada and Brad Pitt now too. I mean, he's kind of that grizzled veteran too. Yeah, I mean, you want those men of those people have survived a lot of years to deliver these lines or kind of like deeper philosophical questions that the characters in the film are kind of dealing with internally. But yeah, there is that little bit about are we agents of fate? And I think it's a great question. It's also very Japanese, not just Japanese, but I mean, it's a very Zen kind of question as well. But yeah, the whole idea of agents of fate. And I think the beginning of the film should have set that up. Instead, spoiler territory again. Beginning of the film, they set up the family tragedy, the family aspirations for revenge. Yeah, look at that! It is raining. Fantastic. But yeah, they set that up at the beginning of the film. But I think there could have been something along the line, that kind of like hints at the question of, are we agents of fate? I mean, I know how I would have done it, but I definitely would kind of suggest that to other writers to, see this film. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know, maybe you'll see what I'm getting at, but I don't really want to get into it because, yeah, writers got to protect their stuff, right? So yeah, Brad Pitt, Bullet Train, good film. Okay, yeah, I just realized that I might have forgotten to add the second film I would love to recommend after watching, or that I was thinking about while watching Brad Pitt's new film, Bullet Train. Because there's this one scene, we got the two buddy assassins Was it the character named Lemon? It's kind of comedic effect that they use really well. How he learns about how to read people through Thomas the Train, and it's quite accurate about how he reads people based on the classic, the popular children's program. But you know, when they introduce it, they set it up that it's a really annoying thing, and that his partner like hates it, and then people look at him strange. But then finally, when he comes face to face with Brad Pitt's character, he's the only one who kind of like understands him, and it's kind of like really finally someone understands him, and it's like they're trying to kill each other. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good comedy, but something like that was in Kingpin, and I don't want to say it because if you see the film, especially comedy, you really got to know as little about it to really get that comedic effect. But that kind of like moment when seems like nobody understands the character, and then at an interesting moment, finally someone understands the character. That's it could be really funny, and it worked really well in Bullet Train, Brad Pitt's new film. So yeah, check it out. The two films I'd recommend after watching Bullet Train. Rutger Hauer in Blind Fury, and then Woody Harrelson, Bill Murray, Randy Quaid, Vanessa Angel, directed by Farrelly Brothers. My favorite comedy of all time, Kingpin. Yeah, thanks for listening.